In the summer of 1807, Europe seemed to pause. On a floating raft in the middle of the river Niemen, two emperors met face-to-face: Napoleon Bonaparte, master of continental Europe, and Tsar Alexander I, ruler of Russia's vast empire. Around them stood guards, banners, and the wreckage of defeated armies. Prussia lay broken. Austria watched in silence. Britain stood alone across the sea. The Treaties of Tilsit ended years of brutal war. To many observers, it looked like the birth of a new world order. Europe divided between French power in the west and Russian authority in the east, bound together by friendship, respect, and mutual interest. Napoleon believed he had achieved what no ruler before him could: peace through dominance. Alexander believed he had secured Russia's future without further bloodshed. But Tilsit was not peace. It was a truce built on misunderstanding, pride, and incompatible ambitions. And between 1807 and 1809, that illusion would collapse publicly. Tilsit promised cooperation. Privately, it was a bargain neither side truly accepted. Napoleon demanded that Russia join his continental system, an economic blockade designed to strangle Britain by cutting it off from European trade. For France, this was essential. Britain's navy could not be beaten at sea, so it had to be broken economically. For Russia, the demand was disastrous. British trade flowed through Russian ports. Timber, grain, and raw materials kept the Russian economy alive. By agreeing to Napoleon's system, Alexander was effectively crippling his own empire for France's benefit. Meanwhile, Napoleon reorganized Europe without consulting his ally. German states were reshaped. French troops remained in Prussia, and Poland, Russia's greatest fear, began to re-emerge as the Duchy of Warsaw, a French satellite on Russia's doorstep. Tilsit was supposed to create balance. Instead, it created resentment. Between 1807 and 1809, Napoleon ruled at the peak of his power. He placed relatives on European thrones. He expanded the French Empire from Spain to the Vistula. He treated treaties not as binding agreements, but as temporary tools. Russia noticed. Napoleon did not consult Alexander before expanding the Duchy of Warsaw. He did not withdraw troops from Prussia. He ignored Russian concerns in the Balkans and the Ottoman Empire. To Napoleon, Russia was a junior partner. To Alexander, this was humiliation. The friendship forged at Tilsit was becoming a rivalry disguised as diplomacy. The continental system was the first major crack in the alliance. Russia attempted to enforce the blockade, but half-heartedly. Smuggling flourished. British goods continued to enter Russian markets through neutral ships and distant ports. He increased pressure on Prussia and the German states, damaging Russian trade even further. By 1808, Russian nobles were openly complaining. "I,